Yo, what's going on, man? What's poppin'? Welcome back to another breakdown. We're gonna get straight into it. This is a throwback recap. We went 2 for 2, and here are the trades we are going to be going over today. First, we're gonna start off with this Asian session Nasdaq setup. Y'all, when we had opened in the Asian session, we had a huge gap that needed to be filled eventually. And then so once we had that sharp move down, we started retracing back to the upside. And then right here is when our setup started forming up. As you see right here, we had a long expansion right here. And when you see long legs like this, what do you start to think? Okay, maybe we're going to slow down and get ready for a short. Now, as you see, we break structure right here. Right? So that's your first break of structure. Boom. It also breaks these lows right here. So it makes it a super strong point of supply. Now, one thing that I see right here is the fair value gap right here, the imbalance, the inefficiency. So right here, I know that whenever I take my reversal trade, I want my take profit to be within this area because I think that price is going to return to this area to fill it out and then go whatever direction it needs to go. So as price is moving forward, all I'm waiting for is for it to make a high, a low, so it can have a high to break. So as we go, I'm seeing all of this choppy price movement right here. And so let me just bring it back just a little bit. I see it make a low, come up, and then fail to make another low to where we then shoot up in price from that low. Not only do you have another inefficiency right here, but that further fuels my buys to go to the upside. So whenever we made this very temporary high, I told myself, if we break this high, I want to get in the trade because I think it's going to break out and run. Now, where I put my take profit was right here. I put it at the top of this fair value gap because I did feel like we were either going to crash pass through here or we were going to tap this area and continue down. Now, as you see, this was more than a 1-to-1. This was a 1.5. So realistically, I do 1-to-1s unless I feel confident. So this would be the original 1-to-1, but we're going to keep it to where I had called it. And so as you see, as we had broken that high, we rocketed through, went past this inefficiency and filled this gap right here to where we then tapped into the take profit. To where we then responded, tapping into here and then making whatever direction it wants to go. And that right there, guys, that is the breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's giving you some insight, and I just realized we have another one to go through. So let's go to the second one. So this is the second one that we are going to be looking at. So this next trade had happened in the AM session, and one thing that I want you guys to understand is there is no need to force a trade. There are so many trade opportunities dependent on when you're up and when you decide that mentally you're ready to trade, because you don't need to be waking up and then seeing a setup right away and trying to take it. You need to actually be there 100% and be there for the trade so that you're not just making any quick judgments. That's how you lose money pretty fast. Now, as you're seeing, price is moving down aggressively fast. And this is all happening in the early AM session, right? So chances are I'm asleep. I'm not going to be up that late, even though I have been up over 24 hours. I think it's been about 30 plus hours so far. Anyways, as we are going aggressively down, this is about 7 o'clock. So I'm probably getting up around this area around 8. Cool. Now I'm waking up and I'm seeing all of this push to the downside. Now, as it's getting more aggressive as we get into the AM session, I'm just excited. I'm just like, okay, well, cool. The more it rides down, the more that it just goes into my favor of being along, right? It kind of takes the guessing work out. I know that once we keep on pushing down, unless we're completely selling off, which does not happen a lot. It does happen, but not a lot. But I do know that we're going to be gearing up for a long sooner or later. So as we are getting even more narrow with our leg on a bearish push, I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Give me a moment and I'm gonna take it. And I got pretty ballsy. I'm not gonna lie, because Do y'all see where the break is? You may think it's this one, but I actually took this one right here. I saw how price tapped in this area and kept pushing and rocketing up. So I said, you know what? Cool. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place an entry right here because I don't want to risk all of this as drawdown. If I'm wrong right here, I'm wrong. Cool beans. And we'll just take it from there. So we had that, and it was only a 1-to-1 play after all as well. So it was only about right here. So I set the take profit right there, and it was a tough grind. It was a tough grind, and the reason why I didn't hold it was because after seeing all of this resistance at this point, I was not very confident we were gonna hold at this particular level. I thought I had a little bit more downside before we actually went and made our major retracement up. If we had one, you never want to assume that's how you lose money. So I just played it safe. 1-to-1s are always fun, and I took the profit from there. Family and friends, it's not easy, but it is simple. Make sure you guys watch my other breakdowns, and on that note, I will see you later, baby.